So when I was working on the pigeon asset, I was having a lot of fun sticking them all over these statues, and there's some really cool assets or resources out there where people have gone in and actually photo scanned famous sculptures, and they're available in the public domain. You can use them and download them and use them and stuff. But unfortunately, since all of those statues exist in real life, you could run into a situation where somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I lived 2 blocks down the street from that statue when I lived in Italy or something," and you're like, "Actually, this is on an alien planet, so no, you didn't." So I got really excited at the idea of trying to make some statues of my own, and so fortunately, last night Caitlin was very accommodating and let me do some photo scans of her, and so it turned out okay. Not too much new to say to this. This is going to be kind of I guess, a combination of the neoclassical tutorial and the recent Skater Boy tutorial, just in terms of cleaning up photo scans. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. This is just a bunch of scans I did of Caitlin last night and dropped them all together, and it kind of gets that Baroque feeling of just like complexity without actually having to do anything all that complex. So I am really happy with it, and this is also gonna be for the scene I was just talking about where Josh Trax is flying in the ship. He's trying to fly to this crazy pagoda whatever thing. I'm excited. I also love how it reacts to light. This is just great. It helps that everything's white. So I figured I'll just go through the process of cleaning up one of these. Again, all stuff I've kind of talked about before, but maybe, well, we'll do a little bit more with sculpting, maybe. So I've got the original scan here, and again, the technique for doing the photo scan is the same as ever. Just got shoot some footage, speed it up, turn it into an image sequence in After Effects or the Blender sequence editor or whatever, export that as a JPEG sequence, dump those into Reality Capture, and then basically just like use those default settings. So yeah, we've got our model. I did it with very bad lighting. It's not a good model. I just kind of whipped around with the camera, walked around her, but the overall shapes seem to be working pretty good. And if I shade smooth, it looks a little bit better, but this is going to work out, I think, pretty darn alright. So first, I'm going to use some booleans to eat away all this extra garbage. So I'll set up a cube, and let's see, we can be kind of as specific as we want with this. I'm mostly just trying to, yeah, line this up with the couch. And that's, yeah, we could probably dial it in a little more and try to keep some more of these fingers, but weird profile in the bevel there. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna work pretty good. And here maybe I'll add some edge loops here and just turn on proportional editing and try to lift this area to clean up that foot. And okay, I'll have to do something else to separate. Well, we could just add a extrude that out. Cool. Oh, and let's see, can we clean this up just a little bit? Okay, cool. That looks good. So if I remember right, there's one of you told me that if you activate the Bool tool add-on, we can click on this, shift to click on this, and then Control Shift negative on the numpad, and it'll apply the modifier and everything. And now Blender's hanging a little bit, so I'm going to hope that is in fact what happened. We'll find out. Dun dun dun. Hey! Look at that! Okay, it applies the modifier, deletes the old object and everything. I love it. So now I'm gonna tab into edit mode, select, okay, and I guess she probably has more polygons than she needs to for this application, but this will be good at least for now. So I'm gonna select on her, hit L or Control L, or in my case it's the 4 button on my mouse. Select linked, and then Control I to just select all this other garbage. Hit X, delete those vertices, and now we just have the model that we want. First, let's clean up this head garbage here. I'm going to go into sculpt mode and go into smoothing. Turn up the radius. Make sure that the mirror thing is off, because that's always a little bit weird. And let's just see if we can just smooth that away. Turn up the strength. Sometimes it's better to just delete the geometry instead of resorting to smoothing, but in this case it seems to work. Work okay. So I'm going to turn the strength way down, and we can just kind of taste smooth some of this up as much as we want to. I like thinking that maybe they're old statues, and so they're kind of eroding or something like that, and so I'm not too worried, and even the places where it's rough, it just looks like rough stone. Because this is going to be a statue in this specific application, we just have so much flexibility, and so I like it. Okay. This is looking, we'll clean up under that chin there. Trying not to blur out too much of the face data. Okay, let's smooth this hair really good here. Okay, so now that we've smoothed all that detail away, let's add some of it back. First thing I might do is try inflating this arm just a little bit. I think I kind of smoothed away a little bit too much of the data. So I'll go to inflate and just kind of pump it up. I was just scared of the sculpting tools for so long because, I mean, like, I don't know, I was trying to sculpt faces and I still have no idea how to sculpt a face at all, which is why I'm trying to preserve that data if I can. But, let's smooth this up a little bit too. Okay, and now clay stripes, that could be fun, and that just lets us add, as if you're laying slabs of clay on there. So here, let's try kind of sculpting up a hairstyle here. Maybe like a bun on the back here. We could turn on like dynamic topology or something, and that would give us more geometry the more we drew. But I think this is okay. Look at that. That kind of looks good. Let's see. I'm gonna go to draw, and let's see what happens if we just kind of try to play up some of these wrinkles. Just kind of make it feel slightly more illustrated, which maybe isn't the right move. Like a lot of these, like the masters who are making the sculptors and stuff, they're making them pretty realistic, but I don't know. I like feeling like I did something, Okay, and down here, yeah, let's smooth this all up. Nice and smooth, and lay some slabs on there. In fact, what if we make it look like she has like a cloak? So, whoa, no, that's weird. I don't know if that's actually helping anything. What am I doing? Here, I'll smooth this back out. Cool. All right, now back in object mode, and then this is basically it. Like, I think a lot of photo scans come with an original material, which in this case, again, I was not really worrying about getting a good scan. I just wanted those basic shapes, and so this is her face is blinking and all of that. But let's delete that and let's create a new one of stone, and even just the default material will look probably a little bit like marble. Okay, right now this looks like one of those plaster casts from Pompeii, which is maybe not the aesthetic we're totally looking for, but this gives us a better sense of kind of what we're dealing with. And for like wide shots, this works great, but yeah, let's just smooth it just a little bit more. I think I'd rather err on this, have it too smooth than too jagged. Jump strength just a little bit. I like these hands worked real good. So we got this little bit right there. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Back into object mode here. Let's load in a stone texture. Base color, an image, and I've got this kind of rock dirt color, which doesn't work particularly great for statues because it does look very rocky. But ooh, everything's going really slow. Are you gonna come back? Here, I'm gonna save just in case. And that's, I think it's using the original UV map. So let's tab into edit mode, select everything, and hit U, cube projection. And this will let us place it on this dirt image. Wow, look at that Pangea. We'll stick it anywhere, it doesn't really matter. There, that kind of looks like, well, it looks like mud, but if we use an RGB curve here and just brighten it a bunch, yeah, that looks kind of like a statue. And if we wanted, we could pull out some of that saturation, just keep some of the texture. If we wanted to be really cool, we could drag this down into the normal map too, add a little bit of bump mapping. Bump mapping. Vector bump. Plug it into the height. Turn the strength way down, and now it's kind of looking a little bit like a plaster thing. And again, I think a lot of this weird jankiness could just be fixed with some smoothing, but I personally want this aesthetic for the project. It's supposed to look like they're kind of these big sculptures made out of stone. So inflate it just a little bit more. Don't want the stone arms getting too skinny. All right, now let's just try dropping this in somewhere. I actually already made a stone material, so I'm just gonna link in the existing one so that she'll match. And let's try dropping her just right in the front here. I'm trying to keep it from looking too copy and pasty because I only have like seven or eight different scans here, but ooh. This lines up pretty good. She's lying there on the end, and I guess it kind of looks like she's leaning too far over. Maybe I can kind of split the difference a little bit. Yeah, let's see how that looks. And there we go. We've added another statue, and I could slip her a bunch of different places. Ooh, down in well, I guess she kind of hangs down below the ground, so that would be kind of weird, but this works good back here. This is just fun. It's this is not the type of object I ever thought I'd really be able to make, and so it's fun that it turns out it's not actually all that hard if you cheat and use some photo scanning. So cool. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Also, I'll be uploading these statues to the Tier 7 folks just because they're really fun to stick around, and I'm looking forward to putting a bunch of different statues everywhere. Yeah. All right. Talk to you soon.